Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to Crafters TV. This lovely, well, it's Saturday afternoon for us here. I suppose it's 9 a.m. on the East Coast, 6 a.m. on the other side. So it's still morning for you. So good morning and welcome to this lovely Saturday morning. I hope you're having a lovely Saturday. What's the perfect Saturday? Oh, when I'm not working, be in bed, cup of tea, bowl of granola and some yogurt, and I just sit there for half an hour. That's my perfect way to wake up. Of course, with Crafters TV on as well, obviously. But it's not till 11 o'clock here, and I was usually up by then. So I hope you're having the perfect Saturday morning or afternoon. I've had my lunch, I'm ready to go. I can go a little bit longer now. So you've got myself and Debbie here for the next 2 hours, and then the final show of the day. We've got a little bit of a bit difference today over on our US feed. It'll be Crafters Companion page. It'll be our HSN preview, ready for our big HSN show coming up at the beginning of next week. So I hope you're going to love that. So that'll be Ben and Sarah. Debbie and I get an early bath tonight, so we can go. Debbie's already thinking about her tea, aren't you, Debbie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm going home to Nottingham, so 2.5 hours down the road. I've got to go to the supermarket. I've got to do the weekly shop on the way home. And then hopefully I'm going to get home and my tea will be ready. Hubby has promised to cook me some tea. So yeah, after working hard, he better had. So it's lovely to have you all here. I know we've got Lynn Harvey, we've got Regina, we've got Mary, we've got Eileen, we've got Rachel Sherman, Sue Green also, we've got US, we've got UK, we've got them all. We've got Fred 171, Shannon, Fabi and Marcella. Marcella says, good morning from California. Oh, I bet it's warm there. I'm watching for a little bit before heading out to paddleboard. Hopefully more time on the board than in the water. Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. But yeah, that's in California. Oh, yeah, bet it's nice and warm for that. Oh, and then we've just got Barbara as well. She's Buffalo, New York. So thank you for joining us. You have joined us now for our Saturday afternoon masterclass. And hopefully you're going to love this. I'm going to learn quite a lot, I think, in this one. Because this is all about making your cards that little bit more masculine or male themed. Obviously, they can still be used for the ladies in your life, but perhaps you've got a lady that isn't into pink. I mean, I love pink. I would do the whole house in pink, but I don't think hubby would let me. But, you know, maybe you want to do cards for people that have got a few less flowers on, maybe less bows, a bit more of your, I don't know, you could go with your mixed media, you could go with your textures, but also just have those different colour themes. Now we've got some brilliant bundles for you with that in mind. We've got some cardstock, we've got the Centura Pearl, we've got ink pads as well, all with those what we call typical. I know we shouldn't do that in today's times, but we're going to call them the male themed Centura Pearl packs and our ink pad packs, and I'm going to show you those in a little while. But before we start, I want to give you one quick reminder. I did mention this earlier. This is our weekend super saver, and it's an absolutely, I'm going to use Debbie's term, stonking deal. It really is. It's a brilliant deal. She's giggling. So what you're going to buy is you're going to buy your rocker blocks, 2 packs of rocker blocks, and they're going to give you 6 rocker blocks in total. Can I just say, and this is from the heart, really and truly, till about 10 days ago, bearing in mind I've been here a couple of months, I did not use a rocker block. They scared the living daylights out of me. I just thought I wasn't going to get a proper impression, and then I couldn't go back in and re-ink like I can with my stamping platforms. And then somebody says, why are you frightened of them? And I said, I can't say. I just it was fear of not getting them right. If I don't get it right, it's a piece of card at the end of the day. But I had a go. And as long as you use the right size rocker block for the stamp, then you will get the perfect impression, because as you rotate the rocker block, you can actually see where it's touching the card. So you can just go back and go forward and you get the perfect impression. I got it every single time. I've been so impressed, and I am now on my way to being converted, and I think this is a brilliant way. If maybe you've not tried rocker blocks and you think, I'm ready to have a go, then maybe you want this bundle. So brilliant price there, $19.98 or $27.98. It's going to get you all 6 of these rocker blocks. And if you look down there, that platinum price, it's going to be $15.98 or $22.38. I think that is brilliant, brilliant deal. But what we're going to give you is we're going to give you this, and it's not content vary, so I'm going to show you what you're going to get because everyone's going to get the same. You're going to get £40 or $60 worth of stamps for free, because that is the price you would pay for Rocker Blocks. So this is £40, $60 worth of stamps. I've counted it up, it's 94 stamps in total. You're going to get the lovely, beautiful lilies. That's a gorgeous one if you like your colouring. And Debbie and I have just had the biggest chat about colouring with colouring pencils, and I'm so excited to get going on them now. Then you've got your peony blooms, so that's giving you the gorgeous flower and then all the word stamps or sentiment stamps around there. You've got your busy camping accessories. So you've got a couple of things like your, you've got some sort of bunting and some lights, but you've got loads and loads of fantastic sentiments there. Home is where you park it, adventure awaits. You don't have to be crazy to camp with us, but we can, sorry, I'm going to have to just turn that round. But we can train you. Oh, I love that. That's amazing. So there we go. So you've got lots like that. Then these ones, these are really clever because each word or sentiment that they're going to give you, we're going to give you in 2 fonts. So these are brilliant, your birthdays and your special occasions. You've got your fancy apron accessories. So we've got father, mother, handmade, happy birthday, and all the rest of that. That's going to be brilliant on there. You've then got your garden party. There's 26 stamps just in that collection. And then another 7. We were talking about this. The textures. Now this I think is going to be brilliant if you are going to want to have a go at some of your more masculine makes. So buy your Rocker Blocks today. Oops, here we go. You're going to get these in the as a platinum member for $15.98 or $22.38. Right, just before we go to see Debbie, can I just remind you of one quick thing? We have got an amazing offer. Now, if you're buying this, you're going to have to put a little bit more in your basket, I'm afraid. But if you put in your basket £40, $40, €40, I had to make sure I didn't miss any out there, whatever currency you're in, you put your £40 in and then put in the code JUNE, J-U-N-E, 5 off. It's there at the bottom of the screen so you can see it now. JUNE 5 off. We will then knock off 5 of your currency, so £5, €5, $5. So it's an absolutely amazing deal. So if you're getting something, and I know, which ones was it? We've got a couple. We've got the Autumn Blessings, that's got 70% off. We've got some mini expressions, they've got 50% off. Then you build up your bundle, come over the £40, euros or dollars, then you go down on your platinum price, and then you can get your £5 off. Those are just, as we were saying, your stonking deals. So please, please build your basket wisely because that code can only be used the once. So don't try and dip in and out. Build your baskets carefully. So I'll have a look at who's here because, wow, we've got loads and loads of people with us. Yeah, so really excited about joining the class. So we'll have a look at who's with us in a minute. But first, Debbie, what are we going to be doing in this masterclass, please?
Well, we're going to, so the things that we had on earlier on this morning, if you caught the not wake up call, play your craft right. See, I told you I didn't know what day we're on. Yeah. I am getting worse with age. Play your craft right. It's all a little bit of a different take on it because we're going down that masculine theme. And literally, when people ask about masculine themes, it's just about thinking about your colour tones. We've said this, I've talked about this with Jan when we ever did classes at Chesterfield and we wanted to change it up because people would say to us, I just don't know what to do for a man's card. Sometimes the products that we have here, they're generic. They can be for anybody of any age, and that's what we're going to show you with these. It's just about choosing colours that are more of a appeal to the males in your life. So we're going to do a little gift box with a beautiful little tag on there, do a little bit of heat embossing with that as well, because again, and I promise you, this is a thing for me. Apart from a couple of little gems that I've popped on one, and then realised it were a Mandy class, which I might just take off. I'm not going to put any gems. I'm not going to put anything on that I would normally do, which is like flowers and butterflies. I promise you, that's not going to be on any of these today.
Is that the Autumn Blessings paper?
Yes. So it's got a little bit of the autumn blessing on there, as well as that lovely tag punch.
But it's the right colours for the feel, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. But like I said, so that beautiful frame sentiment dependent on your colours, and we've got lots of like Centura pearls that are on the show and things like that.
We're going to have a look at those, yes.
We'll go through those colours later with you. We've even got some male expression dyes for you. So like your uncle, your dad, your males in your life, that's going to be perfect to use for these. But just going to show you again, this is a little shaker card. Who says a man can't have a shaker card for a gift, for a card? But we're just going to chain it up with those different tones, those different colour tones. I promise I'll take my gems off. I realised when I put it on, I thought I've put gems on.
It's still masculine.
Well, it is, yeah, because
I don't think female gems.
Choosing colour tones that'll work gorgeous with those stamps. So that's why I chose that. And plus, I absolutely love and adore these stamps. And like I said in that earlier show, these are very generic for any age. They're not specific for kids because they're cute. They're not specific. Honestly, male, female, old, young, this collection will go across that board, which I just think's brilliant. Now, I thought with the Autumn Blessings that's on, I thought, I'm going to mix it up a little bit and I'm going to bring in something else that we've got on the show, which is the lovely the swing dies. So we've got the oval and the circle, but I thought, and I've done it with from the paper pad, which people think, really? I always bang on about I make all my cards from white multi-purpose cardstock or black, something heavy. Yeah. There's nothing to stop you from doing it with your paper as well for your papers.
You haven't got it's your first mat and layer done, isn't it?
Exactly. And again, looks really. I love these swing cards. You would never in a month for Sundays attempt to try to do a swing card with we've got a worker die that makes it really, really easy for you. So we've got those on the show as well as that lovely Autumn's Blessings, which is just gorgeous. And again, you can see that would appeal more to a male figure because of the colour tones again. And literally, very, very nice, easygoing class. Well, yes, it is.
Show, yes, it's masterclass.
Yes, it's my class, masterclass. Anything you want to ask as well, feel free to get in touch with us. Go across to the socials. We've got our social media superstar.
Yep.
Is it Rachel still?
Susie, I think.
Is it Susie? We've changed. So we've got our lovely Susie.
I think
equally as fabulous.
Yes, it's Susie.
Yeah, ask away. And Corrine will ask anything you want to ask. Come along and ask us. But we're here for the next 2 hours where we're going to go through more of a male-orientated theme.
Yeah, we certainly are. Do you know, Pam E, she must have just tuned in because she's loving your dress too.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Liz Pete, I think it is saying she loves your hair.
Oh, thank you very much.
Have you gone a bit paler again?
Paler, and I put a bit of brown in there, but because I've been bleaching my hair, the brown's kind of faded really quickly. But to be fair, I am brown anyway, so I've got all this like mixture of colours going off at the minute. I think I'm going to go a bit blonder though because I keep looking at it and having those brown little streaks running through underneath are kind of just making it look a bit mucky looking. So thank you very much, though. I'll take that compliment.
No, that was Liz.
I'll take that compliment because I had booked myself in for hairdressers, Corrine, because I were not happy with the last lot. So I thought,
no, you've got to, it's a confidence thing, isn't it? So we have so many people here from UK, US and far afield. We've got Rachel Sherman, Sue Greenall, Fred171, Shannon, Fabi, Marcel, Barbara, Natty, back from the Finger Lakes area of New York. We were talking about that yesterday, so yeah. Alexia in Florida, Kim, Linda, Kimberly, Pam E, of course. We've got Linda Ryan and Sam McDonald, who are both in the UK. Sam says it's a dull afternoon in Darlington. Mary Reno is loving the rocker blocks. Dolores is saying she's glad she made the class because she's really excited. We've got Mary Pat 1000, Kathy Mayers, Olga, Jill, who else we mentioned? Val, Lloyd. Kimberly says, Carl, Debbie, always love your demos, can't wait. Now, Carol 16 says, I think butterflies and flowers can be used for male cards, especially if they are gardeners.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you can use anything, but
yeah,
we just tend more often to do a certain colour theme more. I don't know. It's personal, isn't it? It's personal choice. It's so personal, but we're just giving you a different perspective on it, I guess, is the way to think of it. So, it's everybody for everybody. So that's say hello to everybody. That's absolutely brilliant. So which one are we going to start with? So we're going to start again with our fantastic tag and stamps. So it's our tag punch with the stamps. Now this was the busiest item in the first show in our Play Your Craft Right. If you watch that, I can only apologise. I can only apologise because I could not get those paper pads. Anagrams are not my thing. Give me maths. I'd rather do maths. Now you've got these punch, so you can punch out 1.5, 2 or 2.5 inch tags, all from the one punch, which is super, super clever, and Debbie will show you how. You've then got 7 stamp sets. All of them, they're lovely, sort of light-hearted, humoured sentiments for your tags. Again, but we then said we were looking at the animals of attitude. They will fit on the tags. These stamps aren't the only thing you could be putting on your tags. And then we give you 30 metres even of your jute twine. So let me quickly show you what the tags would look like. Oh, sorry, I just moved over, I went a bit fast. So you've got your 3 size tags, you can see here, which nest perfectly one on top of each other. You've got sentiments like best gift ever, I should know I bought it. A special gift you never knew you wanted. These are just really lovely sentiments. This is exactly what you did not ask for. This is for you, but I wish it were mine. How many times have you done that? How many times have you handed over a gift where your hands sort of cling onto it a little bit tighter because you really don't want to give it away? I hate presents, said no one ever. Well, it's the thought that counts. And finally, warning, the contents of this package may be awesome. So those are absolutely brilliant. If you want those, you're going to get the whole set. You're going to get the punch, the stamps and the twine today for this special price, saving you 20% of £32.70 or $46.80. So that platinum price is $26.16 or $37.44. So I think if you were to get that with the weekend saver, you're going to be well over your £40, euros or dollars. So that might be your perfect bundle today. See, you know, it's up to you what your perfect bundle is, but don't forget that code June5 off. Make sure you use it if you've come to that point. So Debbie, are you ready to show us how to use the tags?
I am indeed, and honestly, I love this punch idea. I think it's a fabulous idea. It's going back to a little bit of traditional crafting, things that because we get so wrapped up in the world of all these fabulous new concepts and intricate dies and things like that, we forget about the bare basics. And for me, this is what I love about this set. It's something really easy. The kids can get involved, the grandkids can get involved. It's a lovely tag set with 3 different sizes on there for you and able to create really thin tags, medium-sized tags, large tags, long ones. They can be big tags, they can be bookmarks. It's a really nice feature, this one, and I absolutely love it. Really clever concept, again, just so easy to use. It's got this, and it's when I talk about it being a sturdy, you'll feel it when you get this home. It's quite a heavy, sturdy punch, and you can see all the gears, how they all work together to create that lovely punch and that lovely design there at the very top. But it's really clever how they've angled it to create these 3 different sizes. Now I've taken a couple of, and I say small pieces because I am going to stamp one of my stamps onto there. And I've taken some things that we've got on the show today. So I've got some chocolate brown Centura pearl here. I call it chocolate brown. I think it's called dark brown. Or is it called chocolate brown? Actually, dark chocolate. Is it dark chocolate? I love, honestly, and again, it's about choosing colours that you think will work for whoever it is that you're sending this to. And then I've got some multi-purpose cardstock as well. So first things first, and what I've done with this one is I've gone for the smaller one. Like I showed you first thing this morning. Yeah, this morning. It was this morning, wasn't it? Yeah, first thing this morning. 3 different sizes from your 1.5, your 2 to your 2.5. So I'm going to pop that in, and I'm going to start with, we're just going to have a nice background piece, and I'm just going to push that in, and I've literally, I'll tell you the size I've got to this just in case you wanted to know. It is 3.25 inches by that 1.5. And you sit it in, you align it into that piece. You align it into there and then push it up to the very end. And again, like I said, this can go on, it can be longer, it's entirely up to you. So now I'm happy with where it is. I'm just going to press that down. In fact, let me turn that there so you can see that a little bit better. Press that down and then take out, and you've got your lovely tag, perfectly punched with one fell swoop. And I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. I love, do you know what, Producer Johnny, I agree with you. The lovely embossed detail that's on there, and you can see that on the Centura Pearl a little bit better than you could on that white one this morning. But it's really nice, it gives it a really lovely tag feel to this. I'm going to go in with my white one, so my white piece of cardstock, and again I'm just aligning it up into that 1.5 inch mark. Push it right up to the very end, and again just push that down. So I'm going to try and turn that so make it a bit easy for myself, like so, and then take that out. You could even use the waste bits if you wanted. Actually, you know what you could? You could use those little tag punchers for your shaker cards if you wanted to. But that's as easy peasy as that is. I've got myself 2 pieces, but I'm going to concentrate on this one next because I'm going to use some pigment ink, and I've chosen colours that match the colour tones because I've gone with, and I think if I remember rightly, do we still have any of this, Producer Johnny? Would you be able to check out website? Because this is and this paper pad was from, do you know the paper pad questions we had this morning, the anagrams, is the Autumn Blessings one that I've chosen. But I believe, if I remember rightly, I'm thinking, is it in the, just wondering if there's this theme paper in that paper library. In fact, shall we ask our lovely Jake to go and have a little rummage for the, have we not got the paper padding?
No, it's all...
Yeah, I would have a little look through there. We'll have a little look through. We'll get Jake to have a little look through. But that's where I've taken mine. So again, I've chosen a more darker theme. And I said darker tones. And that's all it is. When you're looking at a masculine card, and I always say this as well, because if you're making for someone at home that you know, so like your son or your father or your granddad, you know that person. If you're making to sell, you can just keep them really generic and keep to like your dark greens, your blues, your blacks, your greys, all those tones that you would associate with a masculine colour. But if you know that person, and you're probably, obviously you know your husband Colin very well because you've been married to him how long?
28 years.
I'll put you right on the spot then, didn't I? You had to think about that.
28 years in December, yeah.
So you know him inside out, so you know the themes.
Yeah.
And I know a particular individual in my life is one of my good friends, Andrew, but he loves pinks and purples.
Yeah.
And there would be nothing wrong with me sending him a pink or purple themed card.
My husband, if I put anything on with cars or motorbikes, well, no. He just would not look at it. He's just not that way, you know.
Yeah.
But maybe if I put beer or fishing on, absolutely perfect. It's about matching it to the person, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. That's what it's all about. So it's matching it to the person that you know. Now, I'm using opaque pigment ink. This is a slower drying time, this ink, and it means that it's perfect for blending and embossing, so heat embossing. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, because we need to remember these are stamps at the end of the day, and there's lots of things you can stamp these with. I think we touched on it this morning. You could stamp onto acetate, you can stamp onto vellum, you can use your Midas ink pads and heat set them with some embossing powder. You can use things like the liquid glue that we launched quite recently with the gilding waxes, and you could stamp that with the liquid glue and then use your gilding flakes over there as well. There's a lot of things you can do with stamps, but I am keeping it quite generic. I'm chosen the seal brown because I think the seal brown brings out the brown in the paper, which is why I've chosen that one. It's just a case of, oh yeah, we're going to have to go with that one. Best gift ever. I absolutely love that one. I should know. I bought it. What would you be buying for your young man?
Well, it's actually my husband's birthday. What date are we on today? The 11th. In 12 days' time.
Is it?
Yeah.
When's his birthday?
23rd.
Oh.
It's a really, really popular day, a busy day. I seem to know so many people who have got birthdays on the 23rd of June, yes. So he's not watching in anyway, yes. But I'm buying him a writing course. He loves doing it. He's a very, very good writer.
Really?
So I'm buying him a subscription to a writing course. And he knows, because it's arrived well, I bought him a big case of beer that arrived the other day, and he did tell me, he said, there's a case of beer arrived, and I said, it's not beer, it's wine, but he knows it's beer. So I've just got to keep it out of his way for the next 12 days.
It's my youngest daughter's birthday this coming week. Tasha, she will be 20, is it 4? I try and knock them, and I try and knock them down a bit in age. I don't know about yourself, Corrine. I try and knock them down to make myself sound younger. But I think she's 24, my youngest is 24, my eldest is 30 this year. I don't know how that is entirely possible.
My eldest is 33 this year. And
no
it's
way,
scary. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, my twins were 27 just
wow.
over a week, about 2 weeks ago.
You don't look old enough, Corrine.
Thank you.
You don't.
Thank you.
Because of the slower drying time with this ink, it means I can add clear embossing powder, which is what I'm going to use. You'll find lots of them. This one's a wow powder, but you'll find lots of clear gloss. I think even we do a clear. I think it might have been one of the Sora signature ranges. It's worth checking the website out because we sell lots of different branded embossing powders. But I always like a good pot of clear because if you're using a pigment ink pad, it means that you've got all 36 of the ink pads, or 37.
Yeah, you've got infinite colours, haven't you?
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm going to stamp this up with my opaque pigment ink pad. I'm going to give it a nice coverage all the way across. And then I'm going to now pop that down into the centre of my tag. Just push that down.
It's amazing how the ink on the stamps looks different depending on what style ink it is, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that looks quite cloudy.
Yep.
Would that be a good description?
An opaque. It's got that opacity to it. Yes.
It looks quite cloudy on, whereas when you put like our alcohol proof, you get much more of a crisp look on the stamp.
Yeah.
I mean, they all stamp the same, but the look of them on the stamp is quite different.
They do indeed. Now, when I take that off, that's still quite a wet ink. So what I'm going to do now is apply, and I've just brought in a little piece of scrap paper. I'm just going to apply some of that powder to the top. I'm going to have to be careful with this because I've got my fan on.
And you just have to be careful picking it up because, like you say, it is still very wet, isn't it? And
yes.
that's the properties that we need from our embossing.
To be able to heat set them, yes, to get that embossing detail. So I've just popped that onto there. I'm just going to put the excess powder back in there. Let's put the lid on as well. I'm going to grab my tweezers though, because it is a small tag that I'm making on this particular demo. Just going to grab my tweezers out of my bag, Corrine. I won't be a second. Let's grab them.
Grab tweezers or a pokey tool to hold it in place. Either way.
Oh, do you know what? I think I might do that actually, because I don't know what I've done with my tweezers. So, but I'm just going to take the excess off because again, I did this yesterday. I forgot to run my anti-static bag over the side. However, you can get away with it by grabbing a little brush, and you can just brush away any excess powder as well. Just be careful not to brush off the top of your stamp. So I'm just
I've done that so many times. It's
I have. Oh, honestly. I just think, why have you done that, Debbie? But yeah, I think I'll do that, Corrine. Thank you for that. We're just mentioning that because I don't know what I've done with my tweezers. So I'm going to hold it with my pokey tool. I'm going to turn on my gun. Now this is when I probably go deaf, Corrine, so if you talk, I won't be able to hear you. I'm just going to make Corrine, you're probably the same, but I let it heat up first before I actually apply.
Do you find it bubbles the ink if you don't?
Yes.
Yeah, makes the ink bubble if you don't heat it
So make sure you've just left it on for a few seconds for it to get to the optimum heat, and then you can go over the top. And do you do it underneath or on top? Top. Yep, I do it on top as well. Just because I like to be able to see where I'm going. And I'm not wafting. You're not wafting this like an hairdryer. You won't be able to use an hairdryer either because the hairdryer will just disperse the powder everywhere. But you're just going to hold it and then watch the magic happen. So I'm just going to hold that down with me, see if I can hold it there. That's better.
Oh, you can see that going.
You can see it, just literally, it's like magic. As if by
it's going darker. That's where the embossing powder is setting into a glaze.
It gives you this lovely lovely shiny enamelled finish. I never tire of doing or using the heat emboss technique because it looks absolutely fabulous.
It certainly does.
What I'm just going to do now, just get rid of some of that powder, I'm just going to go over the edge with and because they work in harmony with each other, I use seal brown, but I'm going to use the seal brown in the water reactive now.
Right.
Just to use to distress around the edge.
Yeah. It'll be the same colour, won't it?
Yeah. They work in harmony with each other. So again, I'm just going to go around, and I'm only going to touch it lightly around the edge of there, because I think I might add a little bit of sandstorm in centre. I might, I think I'll change this up a little bit. There we go. But again, just by choosing the inks that match the papers and the theme that you're using. So like I said, I'm using the Did our Jake find out if we had the autumn?
I don't think he heard us.
Paper?
He's wanders around here. I'll just see her in a minute. We shall ask him. Next time he comes past, I'll call him in.
Bless him. He might
So
be
what's
on his
it
dinner.
from? What were you asking?
I was just wanting to check with the paper library if there was an autumn collection in there, or yeah, I'm pretty sure there was. You know, I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't know about yourself, Corrine, but I'm terrible for remembering.
I've never seen the paper library.
Have you not seen it?
No.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful. We had it on the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I think they had it on a really good deal as well, if I remember rightly. Yeah, I think it was best price we ever used. Best price we ever had.
Yeah.
Now I'm just popping a little bit of sandstorm of the Harmony Water Reactive. I'm just distressing it. I want to age my tag a little bit. So again, just popping that on and mixing the two together. They're all working already together, and they're from that brown family, so they look really lovely when you do them. You could of course use Fire Brown. Trouble is, I can't find Fire Brown. It's disappeared. It's one of those inks that never. Have you ever tried finding it in here? No. I'm going to ask Jake next time he comes in, where's that Fire Brown gone? But I'm just going to move those out of the way, because now when you see that matches up, and that's going to act as a little under part to that, and it just again gives it a little bit of a lift, a little bit of a shadow, just a little tiny lift. And I'm going to use some twine. Now we've got twine in that fabulous deal. I've just chosen some, because I've got, I don't know about yourself, Corrine, but again, loads and loads of twine at home.
Oh, don't we all?
Huggins of the stuff, huggins of the stuff. But I'm just going to thread those two. And the reason why I've done it slightly bigger is just so that I've got that little bit of a drop shadow again than the actual, from the brown to the white, if that makes any sense. It did in my head until it came out of my mouth. And
you can still actually, I know the tags are officially 1.5, 2 and 2.5, but if you cut them slightly bigger, it won't fit into the groove, but as long as you sort of centre it up properly in the next groove, you can create one slightly bigger.
Yes, absolutely. And I've always loved tags. I've always loved punches. Thinking I'm Joe again. I've always loved punches for that reason, because they're just such a useful one to have. And like I said, make yourself loads up in a box, and then when you want to add a tag to something, or you want to add a sentiment, or a lovely little stamp sentiment at the end of the day, these are really fab. So I've got my little best gift ever tag all sorted. I just need to pop it onto something. So I'm going to make a little gift box. Now, I've already cut these down to size, and as you can see, popped my L on. I have to put it on because I've got a memory like a sieve. I always leave, if I don't put it on the other one, I just keep it there. Normally though I do, but I haven't done it on this one. But I usually put the lid just to differentiate between the two. Started life as 2 pieces of 8x8. And I'm just going to use my scoreboard. Now, might not be on the show, but it will definitely be on the website. And our scoreboard's really clever because it's not just a scoreboard, it's also a box making board, because on the bottom it's got box lid measurements, box base measurements, so box lid on the left hand side, box base on the right hand side, and you can simply just follow this rule. And I'm going to do it at 1 1/4 inches all the way around. So I'm going to start with the multi-purpose cardstock onto the left hand side of the board, and I'm going to go in at 1 1/4, which is the second groove on from number 1, and then I'm going to go do that on all 4 sides, like so. And then if you can work from the bottom upwards, you can just take it to the other side, and I'll show you what I mean. But a little top tip that we're going to give you for using your scoreboard. So that's the box. Write it down, lid. Debbie, write it down. Thank you. L for lid. And then we're going to go to the base. Now, you can, if you, like I said, do this. Now, the measurements for on the right-hand side, I'll just lift it up there so you can see it, are coming from top left hand, 1 across to the top, which is on your box lid. On the box base, it's on the bottom side of the board, on the bottom right hand side, but going the other way, so 1, 2, 3, 4, that way. It's been perfectly measured and designed and engineered by Sarah and her dad, cleverly, very cleverly. You don't have to work out anything because it's all on there for you. But if you want to make life easy for yourself, turn your board around.
You see, I've never done that. When I was doing my craft along with Ben yesterday, he did exactly that.
Yeah, because it's just to make it easier. I can work from up to down. I usually keep it in the groove and move it back down. But just to make life easy for yourself, we've said it before, make life easy for yourself. And
that's what we want to do, isn't it?
Way. Yeah, just turn it around. It's as simple as that. And you've got that perfect box base now that's measured at the same, because I've got in that same groove line, 1 1/4. And now I've got the perfect base all sorted. So again, just write that down there because I know what I'm like. But again, all I'm going to do then is do the scoring all the way around. Oops, guess what I didn't do, Corrine? I say this all the time. I didn't wipe my ink up. I've just seen a little splurge of brown ink on my white. It's a good job it's on the inside. But if this was a gift box that I was giving to someone, in fact, bit of housekeeping. Let's get it clean. And then exactly the same. Like I said, all these products are the bone folders, tape, pens, glues, everything is on the website that you can find, and you can make these really easy. I used to struggle with boxes until I found the right equipment, the right tools of the trade, and it literally couldn't be any easier. And now every handmade card I do goes in a box.
Does it?
Yeah. Yeah, because I throw everything but a kitchen sink on my cards when I gift to people. As people will tell you, if they've received one from me, I literally never know when to stop and stand down from adding things to it. And because of that, I have to pop it into a box rather than an envelope.
And it's so easy to do once you've got that, you know, you just take the measurement of your card and add on the depth that you want. So like you've done an 1 1/4 inch, double that and add that on, and then it works, doesn't it? You
exactly. So this is my lid, that's my base. I'm not going to put that together just yet. What I am just going to do is decorate my lid. Again, honestly, sometimes we think about and overthinking things. Decorate your box lid before you actually put it together. And I've chosen, again, that beautiful Centura Pearl in that dark chocolate, because, again, it just highlights and brings out the colour in that paper that I've chosen. So we're going to pop on our bases. Now, I've got a few here because I'm going to do a little bit of layering up. So I'm just going to place that onto the top.
So I take it the call-out is your glue of choice, because I've been watching you, and we're all different. I love my tape pens, the tape runners, but you clearly like your glue.
Yeah. Because I call it wet glue. Wet runny glue, I normally call it. It's all-purpose glue. You'll often you'll hear Leanne many a time, for all our new viewers who are tuning in, refers to it as the best glue in the world, because it is a fantastic glue. It is all-purpose. It does a lot of things. But for me, it gives me wiggle time to get things into position, because 9 times out of 10, I might have placed it down, and if I've done it with red liner tape or something like that, I can't move it.
No, you can't.
It's stuck. So the wet glue gives me the wiggle time to get into place. And even tacky glue has got a little bit of wiggle movement, but not a lot because it's tacky. This is solvent based as well. So this is solvent, the other one is water based.
Yeah.
But all glues do different jobs. As you may have seen with our glue schools that we do here at Crafters Companion on Crafters TV, because they all have a purpose. They all work in different ways, they all have different properties, and how we use them for certain cardstocks and things like that is also a good way to learn. So go back on those. Crafters TV, we have everything in a library for you to be able to go back to and watch at any time. So I am going to pop a little piece just on there, and again I thought I quite like that colour on there. I think it's lovely. I did get this from the Autumn Blessings though, because this is double-sided. The paper in the paper library is single-sided, it's not double-sided. And I'm going to pop that on going across my box as well. But before I do, I've got some lovely little sentiments that are on. Because this is a male-orientated show, these are our Gemini mini expressions.
Oh, I'm going to show you these in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
yes.
so I've got those, and I'm choosing the dad one. I thought this is going to be a gift box for my dad.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pop that on, and I'm going to get a little bit of longevity out of my cardstock, because, and this is lovely, these, because you've got a matte part, but you've also got the word separate.
Yeah.
That's the only one I want in this, so I'm just going to use that piece, but I'm going to cut it into my cardstock that I'm going to be using for me matte and there. Get a little bit more out, because I'm covering it up, so I can use this little piece. I would do that with a lot of stuff, that we have, because it just gives you the, without having to chop into your cardstock, you're making the most of your cardstock. So I'm just going to run that through my Gemini Mini. Oh, I knew everything would start spinning around. Oh, they are powerful little suckers, them. They really, really are. Let's pop that on and then put that through my Mini.
Oh, you do that exactly like me. If I've got a little one, I just take it through, hear it click, and then bring it back again.
Bring it back, I do it all the time. I've used to do it with all my other machines as well. But like I said, this piece now is going to be covered up, so no one's going to see that. It's not hurt anything, but it means that I don't have to go in and find. Now, I do like these because they are mini, little sentiments there, but they personalise your things.
They really do.
They personalise them really well. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to, you know what? I think I might actually pop that onto me tag.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Oh, yeah, Dad, best case. Yeah, we'll pop that on there. That'll be a nice little addition. So let's pop all the little pieces out.
We've got so many people watching us. Suzette Susie says, hi all from Prince Edward Island. We've got Miriam. Miriam Robinson says, good morning, Debbie and Corrine. It's a Robinson takeover. It
never thought of that.
It certainly is. Everybody's loving this cute little punch, says Rosalind. So does Jessica from Illinois. Shannon thinks the stamps are, she loves the stamps, they're so funny. We've got Susie from Denmark, Mary Beth from Minnesota. Shannon H says, my birthday's coming up on the 20th. Woohoo! I'll have lots of crafters companion goodies to play with. Well, happy birthday for the 20th, 8 days time. 9 days time. I had to think about that. We've got Emma from Fareham. Hi all, Fareham calling. Susie also agrees with you, Debbie. I love to make boxes. I'll make a box for any card. I think they're easier than making envelopes.
Yes. Yeah, and they give it that real lovely, really quite very expensive looking card. Because when you present something in a gift box,
it looks so much more, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It absolutely does. So that's another reason why I do them as well. But I do tend to be. I'm absolutely terrible. I know sometimes that I should stand away from things, but I just can't help myself.
No, we all do.
Yeah.
Mary says she loves the plaid paper with the chocolate Centura pearl. Well, it just does look stunning, doesn't it? And then Miriam says she loves the all-purpose glue, and her hubby loves it for his models as well. So yes, it's not just for card making.
Yeah.
There you go. You're putting it over your top of your foam pads to do exactly the same, to give you that little bit of
wiggle time, because foam pads are notorious as well. Once you've stuck them down, you can damage your cardstock bringing it back up. So, and it just gives me that that bit of time to be able to lever it into place and get it all nice into place. Now, I've also done myself 4 strips that are going to go around the edges of my card too. So I'll pop all those on. So let's pop. Actually, do you know what? I think I'm going to lose. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Let me get rid of that. But I'm going to pop my tape pen on.
So Kathy or Kathleen White says, happy Saturday from Kathy in PA. Sorry, I have no, what's PA? Do anybody?
Now then, we've had this before. Oh dear.
I can't even think of what. Is it Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I think it might be.
Pennsylvania. Yeah. So it's the Pennsylvania. So it's the P at the beginning and the A at the end. Right, I couldn't work that one out. Beth says, I try to remember to gut my back layers. I tend to use my nesting dies and then save them for other projects. Yeah, yes. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that is honestly, that's another thing that I tend to do, yeah. So often you'll see in the back of me cardstock, I've got squares, circles, different shapes missing, but because why when you can't see it, would you cover it all up? You know, I mean, I've literally wasted that square there because I could have cut out loads of little things in there because you don't see it. Once it's on, that's it, you don't see it.
Yeah. Okay, I've got some more, but my messaging just closed down. There we go. So, Mary says, how cute are these mini sentiment dice? So I've got them in my hand. I'm going to show you them all in a minute, Mary. Don't worry. And Shannon says, thanks, because we said happy birthday to her. She said, also happy birthday wishes for my husband as well. Oh, and somebody else has just confirmed PA is Pennsylvania. We got there in the end, thank you. So, yes, we'll have a look at that. We're going to look at the mini dies, we're going to look at the Centura Pearl, and we're going to look at the ink pads. These are the quick dry ink pads. You can still blend with them. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, they're really, really useful. They're a really useful one to have, especially when you're stamping. Especially if you're going over it with different colours. Yes. You know, if you want to do 2 stamps on 1 sheet, really good. But we'll have a look at those in a minute when Debbie has.
Well, I am going to be using some quick dries later on as well because they are absolutely fabulous. They're instantly dry. The minute it contacts the paper, the cardstock, whatever it is you're stamping onto, it's instantly dry. And for me, the quick dry inks are a must-have, especially for layering techniques with your layering stamps and those kind of things, as well as for me, keeps it nice and clean, because I'm a very mucky crafter, and I do get ink all over myself and literally all over my projects. With a quick dry, it cuts that out, because it's you know, it dries in like nanoseconds. It's so easy. Now you can see by the colour tones that I've used with this particular paper and that lovely dark chocolate Centura Pearl, looks really beautiful. So I didn't used to, but our lovely Jan, she went, Debbie, why are you making it so hard on yourself? Because I'm trying to pop me mats and layers on when the box was together was always quite tricky. And then she said, just do it when it's flat. And I'm like, ever since then, our lovely Jan, oh, she'll be back actually. She's back from her holiday, because Jan's been off as well. Is it?
She's back on Monday, I think.
Has she been on holiday, or has she been just is it just the way the schedule was falling?
She definitely is. Did she go to a caravan or something?
Yes, they've got a caravan.
Yeah, that's where she said she was, because we were talking about her getting ready for the shows.
Yeah, because she's back on, I think,
Monday.
Monday? Yeah, Monday she's back. And I know she's excited.
So it's you here today and tomorrow, is that right?
Here today and tomorrow, yeah.
Jan here on Monday,
and
then Debbie on Tuesday, with me presenting with her on Wednesday.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be nice, yeah.
And then I think it's Michelle, I think.
Yes.
Or Craig. Maybe it's got Craig in one day, I'm not sure. Yeah. But we sort of go round, we rota around so that you see. But you learned different things from different people, don't you? This is why
all the time.
It's so good to have a lovely team like this, so that you pick up different tips and techniques.
God, can you imagine watching me crafting all day long every day on the shows? It'd soon become boring.
You'd run out of words though, wouldn't you? You'd run out of words, because you'd be saying the same thing.
And ideas.
Yeah.
And ideas. It's nice that we have a plethora of craft experts to be able to
good
to
word.
come with.
Plethora.
Plethora.
I like that.
A plethora.
That's a nice word.
I picked it up from Leanne. I'm not going to lie, I pinched it from Leanne. Leanne's so... I heard the other day, is it called a mouche-bouche?
A mouche-bouche.
Which means like a little tickle your fancy, or something like that, isn't it?
A mouche-bouche is a culinary term.
Ah.
And it means... So if you have an amuse-bouche, I believe, and somebody's going to shoot me down if I've got this totally wrong, because I might have done, it's almost like lots of little bits to taste.
Yes.
Yes? So like you say, tickle your... Yeah, lots of little tasting bits. So instead of having like going in and having your steak and chips, you'd have... So I suppose it's a bit like, I don't know, I'm thinking, is it a bit like a tapas? A mouche-bouche, it's that sort of thing where you'd have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Would you like a drink of water, Debbie?
Yes, please.
I shall go get you a drink of water. I'm going to disappear that way while you do that. See if you can carry on with there while I grab you some water.
I just could feel it coming on. Do you know, you can feel it coming and you just can't do anything. And I'm like, I was trying to get someone's attention. But I know everyone in our gallery now, we're all at it. It's an amuse-bouche. It's like, I hear Leanne often use it as a term when she's in crafting, when she wants to tickle the taste buds. Get your taste buds going. It means what, Johnny?
Mouth amuser.
A mouse amuser?
Mouth.
Oh God, I could tell my earrings going as well.
There you go. Don't spill your water. Don't spill your water, I'm in trouble.
Oh, thank you, that's lovely and cool. That's just what the doctor ordered.
There we go.
Now, I've got my tag, so my dad's best gift ever. I should know I bought it. I've chosen on here one of our lovely autumn blessings as well, and I've literally taken that from the paper pad and just stamped onto the top of it. But I'm just going to add that little bit. Like I said, it's entirely up to you how you decorate it. When you're thinking about a masculine card or a male-themed card, it's just choosing colours that, again, we've said this before, about the person that you're sending this to. If you were making to sell, however, you wouldn't know that. So choose colours that you think would best suit the project. So browns, obviously, blues, blacks. What else could we use, Corrine? Other colours that we could use?
Lots of greys, but I think you could do greys and purples and things like that. They're going to work really, really well together, aren't they? Greens, going to look lovely. So you could go your greens and yellows together. Just a quick one. Emma Thrower is saying, what is the embossing tool that Debbie used? I think she means like your bone folder.
The heat gun or
no, embossing tool. Does she mean your bone folder, mate? Bones. Yeah,
What, this one?
Yes.
Unless she means that's my bone folder for all my scoring, but if she means the heat tool...
She said the embossing tool.
Well, this was to heat emboss, so this is a wow one. Mine at home is, I think it's a Ranger one that I've got. I think Jan's is a Ranger.
Have you got the really quiet ones?
Yes, yes.
I know Jan's is very quiet.
Yeah, so this one's got a noise to it, but it's okay when you're at home, but when you're on air, it's sometimes distracting. So I literally searched high and low to get hold of mine because it wasn't an easy thing to get hold of. You'll know with Ranger products, they're from America, so it takes a while to get over here. So yes, so have a little look around all our stateside friends. You might be able to find one quite readily.
It says the heat tool. So yes, it's just been confirmed.
It's a heat gun.
It's just the wow heat gun. Do Crafters Companion do their own heat gun?
So I thought there was a version in the US that never came across to the UK.
Okay.
And I'm not sure why or what happened there. Perhaps that might be a question we need to ask Leanne when she's next here. But there are lots of companies that have them.
Yeah.
The one that we chose for the studio, which is that one, which is a WOW one, which is, funnily enough, from the same place where the heat embossing.
Yeah, because WOW is all about your embossing, isn't
it?
Well, I don't know if that's all they do, but they are just famous for their embossing tools, I suppose, items you can do.
So this is now my gift box. Now I wanted to have this little bit of like a twosome going off with my tags.
Bit more than a drop shadow, really.
Yes, yeah. So I literally, and I stuck it with the pad underneath. I don't know if you noticed, I put the pad underneath across it to stop it from moving around. Of course, if this was a tag you was gifting to someone that you wanted to write on, then you would leave that to, you would probably attach the twine somewhere instead. But for me, it's just about keeping things really pretty simple. And that is a really simple box. It's not, anybody can achieve these kind of things with the right tools. But you've got the right accessories there. So that lovely tag punch there to be able to create them lovely tags with ease. And then you could use your quick dry ink pads if you want to use it. If you don't want to heat set that's exactly what you could do. I just wanted to change it up a little bit.
But I do like the glaze on that.
Yeah, it just gives you that little enamelled finish. And if I just you can see there, that's what a pigment ink would do for you. I'll show you the one that I did with and the difference there with my finished sample was that was a quick dry seal brown. You can see the difference actually between the two. Although they work in harmony with each other, you get a different look altogether. Yeah. So again, you can, and you said as well, you could use our ink pads as well if you wanted to. Permanent ink, the
quick dries
as well.
Yeah, the alcohol,
so you could use those too. But it's entirely up to you. The only thing that I've done there differently is as I've personalised it using those fabulous sentiments that I know our Corinne's going to show you now.
Yeah, I've got these here. So these are your 8 Gemini mini expressions. We put this bundle together with a male theme in mind. So first of all, you're going to get Dad. So you can see each one is a 2 die set. You get the word and the foundation layer. So you've got Dad. You've got Son. So that you can see Uncle. So I'm just going to show you. Can you see that better? How that comes out. If I turn that round, so you've got Uncle, you've got Granddad. Now you're not seeing the foundation layer, just remember you're going to get the foundation layer as well. You've got Nephew, you've got Brother, you've also got Father, and this one is obviously for all of them. You've got Friend as well. So you're going to get all 8 of those. Now, this is an amazing price. They should be $14.42, but you're going to get them at 50% off or half price, whichever way you want to look at it, whichever feels better to you. And that's going to be £7.21 or $11.46. Platinum price, £5.77 or $9.17. Now, I'm always thinking, if maybe you've got up to, say, £35 after your club discount and you put these into your basket, then that's going to take you over your £40 or dollars. Then you're going to get the £5 knocked off. So that would really these would have actually cost you 77 pence. That's the way I like to think of it. Right, now, this is your Centura Pearl. And as you saw, our lovely Debbie was using the dark chocolate. We're going to look at this. Now, I put these into a particular order because I'm going to show you how they match really, really well with our ink pads in a minute. So your Centura Pearl is always 300, well this one is always 310 GSM. So it's a really good construction weight. So you could be using this for your card bases, your boxes, anything that you want to construct with, work with this. So then you're almost eliminating your mats and layers. Every single pack has 10 sheets in. So take this as gospel. So you're getting 10 packs of 10 sheets to give you 100 sheets, all in what we've deemed as our masculine colours. So you've got your baby blue, you've got your pumpkin. Now, this is I only actually came across this colour last week. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Looks quite orange there, but it works brilliantly with so many of our paper packs. It's a lovely colour. You've got your pale silver, which obviously, again, is going to work so well and give so much opulence to your projects. You've got your dark chocolate, which you've just seen our Debbie using. You've got your turquoise. I hope that looks turquoise to you. It looks really turquoise to me. I'm looking at it on the screen in front of me and it looks really blue. But it is, I promise you, it's a proper turquoise. Then you've got your black. Again, that's going to be brilliant for anything if you want to do your drop shadow with that lovely sheen of the Centura Pearl. You've got your Christmas green, or Xmas green as it says. Again, a really usable green that you've got. I love this. Now this says green gold. If I'd have been naming it, I don't know if I would have ever have gone down green gold. It's only just off a champagne gold to me. I think, it's just a little bit darker than a champagne gold. Lovely colour. Then you've got your mint green and you've got your true blue, your royal blue. Now you're going to get all 10 packs for £30 or $50. If you're platinum, that's going to drop down to £24 or $40. So this alone in your basket, if you're in America, is going to get you your $5 off. So that is perfect. Now, that's working out at platinum, it's working out at 24p a sheet, which is just phenomenal value. So the other one I wanted to quickly show you, and I'll show you in this colour, because this order, because if you remember, it's going to work so well with those card stock, is first of all, we've got our baby blue, and if you remember, we had our baby blue cardstock. Then we've got our orange, which goes so well with our pumpkin. Then we've got our misty mornings, which again is going to go really well with your pale silver. Your seal brown, which you're going to team up with your dark chocolate. Your parakeet, which you might want to team up with your turquoise. Then you've got your jet black, and again we had our jet black cardstock. Then you've got your smoked emerald that maybe you're going to team up with your Christmas green. Then I'm starting to get a little bit tenuous on my links. My sandstone is going to work well with your green gold. And then you've got two other colours of your Chinese red. Can I say, that has been out of stock for so long, because when I first joined Crafters Companion, I put my order in for Chinese red. Every time I put my order in, it just came back as out of stock. So perfect opportunity to get that. And pine tree. Pine tree is one that I use all the time. Pine tree and grasshopper are the greens I tend to use. So you're going to get all 10 of those. Now these are your quick dry ink pads, and Debbie was just telling us a few minutes ago, these are brilliant if you are going to be stamping. You can blend with them. They do blend beautifully. You can also put them on your embossing folders for doing your letter pressing and things like that. But they are brilliant because if you're doing your multi-layered stamps, obviously, you know, as soon as you put one colour down, then you can then stamp straight on top with the next one. And you're going to get all 10 ink pads for £46.99. Now they are normally £5.99 each, so it's £1.30 an ink pad off for each one. So that's $70, or platinum £37.59 or $56.79. Now I keep talking about platinum price. So platinum price is part of our Inspire Club. So it's one of the benefits of being an Inspire member. So let's have a quick look at what being an Inspire member means for you.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. will also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash.
Achieve crisp, precise, and perfect die cutting results every time with the Gemini Accessories Plastic Shim. The idea behind the plastic shim is that it creates a thicker plate combination, offering an even more precise die cutting result with each pass. Simply pop a plastic shim between your cutting plates and then roll through your Gemini die cutting machine and voila! An amazing precise cut every time. Plastic shims work really well with detailed or thin metal dies. So if intricate cutting is your thing, then the Gemini Accessories Plastic Shim is your best friend.
Quick Buy, get yours now.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
I am loving these comments. So quite a lot of you actually have the Crafter's Companion heat gun. So yes, it says there is a US version. I'm trying to say blah, blah, blah. Pam E says, yes, I have the US Crafter's Companion heat gun. It's got 2 settings. Diane says, yes, I have the folding one heat gun from Crafter's Companion. Absolutely brilliant. Now, as well as that, we've had Janine, Mary, who else? Kathy, Miriam, all say, gorgeous box, Debbie. They absolutely loved that. Thank you, Kirsty. Yes, she's confirmed. Amuse-bouche is little mouthfuls of food, appetizers served before a meal to wake up the taste buds. There you go. It's a bit like what you were saying earlier about fancying a curry because you've got a cold to really.
I need to
get
tickle
you
my
going.
taste buds. I need to give me a bit of a
You need your
kickstart.
Now, Fred171, thank you for your lovely comments. Fred says, having all the craft experts on CCTV to learn from is priceless. Well, hopefully that's what, if we can make your crafting more fun, more enjoyable and better for you, then that's brilliant. And Jack Daniels, that Jack without a C, J-A-K Daniels, says, for men's colours, I look at beer bottle labels and beer cans for the colours to use together. Get your inspiration wherever you can. I mean, I love looking out in the garden because sometimes you look at colours, you think, can't put those together. Then I look at a plant in the garden and think, well, actually, they're right on a plant, so I can use them on mine. And Pammy says, I see that box as a gift with maple syrups and maple candies in the fall. There you go. Tony says, good morning, Debbie, Corrine and friends from rainy Maryland. And Beth says, I love my quick dry ink pads. We all do. I think you've got to have the right ink pad for the right job. So there we go. Now I want to quickly show you this. We keep talking about this. This is your Nature's Autumn Blessing 7-piece collection. So is it Nature's Nature's Garden, I missed out the word, Nature's Garden Autumn Blessing 7-piece. Now you're going to get 70% off on this. This should be, wow, £57.93 or $72.65. But you're not going to pay that. You're not going to even pay anything like that. Look at that, £17.37 or £21.79. But then just look down. Whoop, down there. £13.90 or $17.43. It's like they switch the numbers round and more, isn't it? Wow, that is amazing. So it is a 7-piece selection. But you're going to, when we say 7 pieces, we mean 7 individual packets, because you're getting a lot more than 7 pieces. So for this one, you're getting 2 items. This is your round wood slice. I love this. This is amazing. So you can create like little round wood slices. It's what it is. And then you've got thanks and grateful. So you can have grateful thanks or just thanks or grateful. It's up to you. So that is perfect. So that's your round wood slice. You're getting your Hello Autumn. So this is going to give you your leaves, so you can have them as solid leaves, or you can have them with the veins in as well. And I love this way how we've swapped the colours around. Really perfect. What a fantastic size die that is. That is the thanks. I could buy this collection just for that die, I think. But thanks. Also, you've got with grateful thanks. Thanks for everything you do. It's appreciated more than you could know. So thanks is appreciated more than you can know. So you've got the die and the stamp. Keep it going, because you're getting all of this. Wow, now look at this. You're getting the die and the stamps. You're getting the dies. I have to keep it across because it's too big for the screen. And then this is what you can create. How fantastic is that? So that is your Harvest Festival. See why that's Harvest Festival? That is perfect. And then you've got your Thankful and Blessed. So these are loads of fantastic sentiments that you're just going to use all the time. It's just those sort of not inspirational, they're, you know, you feel the good feeling ones. So, you know, we've got on here, thanks and blessed. What seems to us as bitter trials are often blessings in disguise, by Oscar Wilde. Sending blessings. You are such a blessing in my life. Absolutely lovely. Aspirational, I think, is what I was trying to work, the word I was trying to come for. And then we've got heartfelt wishes. So again, another set of stamps, lots of stamps on there, all sorts of happy Thanksgiving. You've got your autumn greetings, absolutely lovely ones there. And then the final, because all of this, remember, is £17.37 or £13.90 if you're a platinum member, which is phenomenal. And then again, you've got these stamps. These are big stamps. These are lovely, good size stamps that you're going to have so much fun colouring in and then just cutting out. I can't believe that. That to me has to be the buy of the show. Am I allowed to have a pick of the show? Because that's my pick of the show. I think it's a new feature we need to introduce to every show. Pick of the show. We can have the presenter's pick.
Presenter's pick
the
of
presenter's
the show.
pick. That's
Yes,
what we should
that's
have.
a good one.
They keep telling us suggestions, and that's going to be my suggestion. I just want to show you one thing that our lovely Jake has brought in for me, and this is our paper library. Now, are we able to find? Is it on the website? We're struggling to find it. You can buy it. It's on the website, and this is what you are going to get. So it is 10 different sections, and I can show you the bag that you get it in. So 150 sheets. Wow. And you're going to get all of these. So look at the themes. Wow. Brilliant, brilliant papers. And I think these are going to be absolutely fantastic for your mail themes. How much did we say, sorry? £62.99. Best price ever, because I'm going to show you it comes in a carrier. So yes, you've got some of your female ones, but you've got a lot in here that are going to be for your male. I'm going to do it this way so you can see.
Yeah, perfect.
Look at these. Aren't they absolutely gorgeous? I know it's not on the show, but we have mentioned it a few times. So then we go, oh, look at these, maybe for your younger members. Again, I'm looking at these and thinking male themed here. They're going to work. Oh, these are going to work well with your animals with attitude. Sorry, they're upside down. I can't flick the other way on these. So that's classed as new baby. Then we have congratulations. Oh, these are pretty. But again, we've got those colours. So, you know, you could be cutting out elements here and they're still going to work for your male themes. Oh, this is such a useful one, the wood grain. And again, you could use the wood grain out of the middle for your mail and keep the flowers for another project. Script. I've never seen this before, but this is brilliant. So you've got your dots, you've got your script. I'm not showing you them all here because I'm just flicking. Then we've got St. Patrick's Day, so everything's in the greens. Absolutely gorgeous if you have got mail themed, and then you could use, you know, stamp on top of them, put them there. Traditional Christmas. You can see the sorts of designs you're going to get in there. Brilliant. This is going to be a contemporary Christmas. And another beautiful collection. Wow, you're getting all of these. Absolutely brilliant. And my last one is called Mother's Day. And these are beautiful, beautiful papers. Look at those. Aren't they lovely? And all of those, we put those on a board for you to see. But all of those are going to come in the carry bag, the Crafter's Companion Paper Library Carry Bag. So go search for that on our website because it is there and it is available to buy today. But if you're wondering where Debbie has got most of her papers that you've seen, a lot of them have come out of this this collection. So I just wanted to show you it. I did go and call Jake and say, Jake, get to me that quick. So he fetched that for me to show you. So what are we going to look at next? What have you got out for us next,
well,
Debbie?
because we've got such a cracking deal with the autumn blessings, I thought we'll do one of those. Now, there's lots of elements in this that you're going to be able to use. Again, I think, depending on the colours that you use, and I've chosen again some of those autumn blessing papers because, again, it's all about thinking about the colour tones that will go towards... Do you know what I love about this, though? I think this one caters again for all age ranges, but I love there's a wheelbarrow in there with your your flowers if you want, or your pumpkins, whatever it is that you want to pop in there. I love this this die set and stamp set. This collection is absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to use the round wood slice, which I just think again is fabulous. You've got the two pieces that create this, and also a sentiment, so you could put your grateful thanks into the centre of there. I'm not for this because I'm going to use one of the stamp sets, but I'm going to use some Centura Pearl to cut this out. And this lovely die set has two features to it. This one cuts an outside piece, but can you see all these lines of the bark? They aren't a cutting area, they are an embossed area. So this is when you're going to use your embossing mat, which is the purple mat in your collection. Now I'm trying to find me log tack tape. I think I've, there, let's pop a little piece down there.
Do you know what, everybody loves this collection. Robbie says that's a ridiculous price. Miriam said this is a great price. Love the sentiments in Autumn Blessings. Alison Lee said that's a steal. She bought it at launch. Evelyn says the Autumn Blessing was my favourite collection last year. And Anne says I very rarely buy whole collections, but I had to have the Autumn Blessings collection. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's been obviously way before my time, but by the sounds of it, everyone has loved this.
And I'm not surprised. It is a lovely, lovely collection. And there's elements in here, especially if you send autumnal cards, or Thanksgiving's card. Yeah. It's one of those, I think, that you're going to absolutely love. Now, I'm popping that on, because first things first, we're going to do the die cut. So I'm going to run that through and do the die cut part, but then I'm going to bring in my rubber embossing mat, because there's the two features to this. Now, I know the Gemini is a powerful machine, but there are times when you need to include your rubber embossing mat into that to be able to emphasise that area of the die that embosses. So I'll just show you. I've literally taken it out and flipped it over. So if I just show you this, I've turned it, literally went in like that and turned it over, because I'm going to just keep those two pieces in just for a second. I have to put that back in because I think it's fallen out, and say, do you know?
This is because it cuts so well.
Power of the Gemini. Actually, to be fair, look at that. Look at the power there. It has embossed
it already started to emboss it.
Yeah, but I just want it to be, and I'm going to place the die back in. Yeah, so I can do this just by sandwiching it back into there. Let's make sure I've got the right die cut. There we go. I'm actually going to tape a little bit just onto the back to make sure it doesn't move, because it is a powerful machine as well.
And it would try and cut it a second time, wouldn't it?
If I don't get it right. I can actually remove the waste part because I don't need that bit, so we can get rid of that. I'll take off the tape and I'll pop it on the inside. So let's, because this is another thing.
That's going to be the best place, isn't it? Putting the tape on the inside.
Yes, yeah. So I'm just going to attach that on, and I'll do the same with this one. I'll sandwich it back in. I don't need that piece. So I'm just going to pop that back into the die. Let's make sure I've got the die the right way around. That just shows you how good this machine is. So I'm going to pop that back on, but I do want to still do that. I want to emphasise it that little bit more. So just by attaching now, and again, you know, Debbie, oh, it's a good job it's a masterclass. I'll show you what you need to do. You pop your plastic shim, and that's when I'm going to pop it onto there. That's what you need to do, Debbie, you silly Billy. Oh, dearie me. So again, I'm just going to attach that to the plastic shim. Then I'm going to put the rubber embossing mat over the top. Now, I know a lot of people think that when you do that, that the die is going to cut into the rubber embossing mat, but it isn't. The rubber embossing mat is a thinner depth than the magnetic shim. The magnetic shim is thicker. So when you emit that, and again, please don't put them both in at the same time. That's the last thing you want to do. You take your magnetic shim out, and then you put your other cutting plate onto the top. So if I run that through now, what happens is that the die and the emboss feature pushes through the cardstock into the rubber embossing mat and acts as the resist to it, bounces back in.
I didn't do that the first time I used my Gemini at home. On the very, very, very first time I ever used the rubber embossing mat and cut and stretched it and shattered it by forgetting to take out the magnetic shim. Basically, the pressure was just too intense.
Yep. Yeah. You don't, and that's the thing, but you can see the difference. Let me just push this out now for a second. I'm actually going to keep it in because I'm going to do a little bit of inking through there as well. But if I just lift that up now, it's more enhanced, it's more detailed, and you can see that beautiful emboss all the way around that bark, which for me, I love this. This one, just a really cool die set. I absolutely love it. But I'm going to take my ink and I'm going to use, I think I'll use my seal brown again. Let's see if I can get my seal brown through there, because you can ink through your dies as well, which we mentioned quite a few times here at Crafters, but you'd be surprised how many people still don't know you can do this. So just run that through, and what that's going to do is pick up the bark. Is it the tree? It shows the tree age.
The rings, they're the rings, aren't they?
That's it. But look at that, just straight away, it's just lifted
so much
that.
more realistic, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And not only that, it's raised, and when you run your finger across, can you hear it? You can hear that lovely embossed detail. And then you're going to place that onto the inside. And I'm just going to make it the right way around first. There you go. Because it's been positioned to work really beautifully together to give a realistic feel to your project. Now, I am going to lift it slightly. So I think what I'll do is I'll use some of my 3D Collal glue. Look at me being posh, calling it 3D Collal glue. Chunky glue.
Chunky glue.
The old chunky glue.
Do you know, I never knew it as chunky glue until I came here. And
yeah,
I learned that from you, apparently.
Because it is thick, it's best way to describe it, it's a thick, gloopy silicone glue with no smell, though. There's no smell to it or anything like that. But it is absolutely fabulous. It acts as a decoupage glue, so you can use it instead of foam pads. Gives you wiggle time. Just needs time to set, that's all. So it doesn't dry as instant as some of, like foam pads and red line tapes and things like that. But just gives it a tiny little lift, and that's what I wanted to achieve with that one. Now, I did say that we've got beautiful other pieces to this collection. So we're going to speed this up a little bit, though, because I've seen the time and I've got 2 more demos that I want to get in. It's crazy how fast the time flies by. We're going to have to
stop talking, Debbie.
I think we are, yes, I think we are. Now, I've taken the wheelbarrow and stamped the wheelbarrow. Then you're going to colour it in. Now, I could spend the next 5-10 minutes colouring that in, but I'll show you what else you can do with it. Fussy cutting. Do you like fussy cutting? I don't. Craig does, but I don't. You're going to place your die over the top, like so, and then run that through, and then when it cuts out and it's coloured in,
can I ask you a quick question?
Yes?
Do you stamp, cut and colour, or stamp or cut, colour? Which order would you do it in if you were at home, not
at
on
home?
TV?
Stamp, colour, cut.
Ah,
yeah, that's the way I do it.
I stamp, cut and then colour in case I mess up my cutting.
Ah.
Because I don't want to...
And then spent all the time. Ah, yeah. See?
Yeah. You know, how many times have you put a die on, you've not taped it down properly and it's moved?
Yeah.
And you've just spent 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour even on a big one colouring it. No, I stamp, cut and then colour.
That is a really good way of doing it. There's other ways that I sometimes do it as well. I die cut, so I die cut that first.
Yeah.
then stamp into that die cut,
Yeah.
and then colour.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on,
It's it's personal preference.
It is preference, yeah, absolutely.
We're not here to tell you what is the right way. It's just about, oh, have you thought about doing it this way or that way? Now, you see, I don't cut and then stamp because I often find it hard to hold the piece of card still because it's such a small border.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's because it's automatic. I do it all the time. But I just think, just sometimes doing this little area, just, touching it around the edges, I think also gives it a nice little grungy feel, and almost antique kind of feel. And again, choosing your colours, and because I've got browns and burnt orange and alpine green in there, I've chosen the seal brown again just to go around the edge because I think it just gives it a nice little finish. I'm going to save that though for another time. So
apparently
let's pop that there.
Our Craig will always stamp. No, he will cut, stamp and then colour. He cuts
that
first,
one?
Craig.
Craig, so he stamps?
He cuts.
Stamps
and
colours. Yeah.
So you see, that's three of us, three demonstrators.
3 different ways.
3 different ways.
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
what we were saying about why it's so good to have this complete mix of demonstrators, because we will show you all the different ways to do it.
Yep, exactly, and that's why we do that. I think I might use that in my green one, so I'll push that to one side. I'm just going to do it with a couple of browns. I love these. Can I just tell you, the yellow autumn stamps, I love. And I'm going to place this in the centre because I'm going to use this as my base background again. This is that lovely Centura pearl in the chocolate.
So you're just basically you're almost gutting the centre of your card.
Yes, and I'm just going to place it into the centre and then hold that down. And this is going to give you a lovely leaf with that skeleton middle, and then you could back it if you wanted to, because you could die cut the outside part. Again, very useful die set because you've got the outline as well as the inner part, the skeleton part, which again looks lovely.
That's a better word. I kept saying the veins. Skeleton part is a much better way.
Yeah, I tend to call them skeletons when they've got that lovely feature. I think it was a Sara term actually that I picked it up from that one. But yeah, it's it's a gorgeous collection to create your lovely autumn leaves. And again, male orientated because you choose your colours again that work beautifully. I mean, this collection is just, honestly, and what a crazy, fabulous price that is.
I mean, if you're a Platinum member, you are paying £13.90 or $17.43. And there are a lot of elements. It's called a 7-piece, but that's like 7 what do you call them? 7 bits.
I'm trying to think for you.
7, yeah, it says 7 pieces, but you're going to be getting a lot more elements.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I've chosen some textured cardstock for this one, so Debbie, get it in the right place. And just, again, hold it down with some low-tack tape, like so, and then I'm just going to run that through as well. So I'm just going to create a few leaves, but can you see the detail on those? Aren't they beautiful? Now, if I wanted to add a different colour around the back of it, I would just use that outer part of the die, create it into a solid colour, stick it around the back, perfectly done. Yeah. Easy.
Or you can cut the middle out again and paper piece them in, can't you?
Yes.
You've cut one of them twice, haven't you?
Yeah, I've cut,
so the bit that pops out of that green one could go in the brown and vice versa.
Yes, absolutely. And that's exactly what you could do with it as well. So when you take that out, you could attach that to a different colour and create yourself, or do a little bit of paper piecing by slipping it back into there, which again gives you a whole different look. So again, choices, that's what I love about it. But what isn't a choice is that price. Oh, is that the best deal we've ever done, the autumn blessings?
Oh, it's got to be.
I don't think so.
We could not have done this at a better price, could we?
Exactly.
At £13.90 or $17.43 for our Platinum members.
Exactly. And then I'm just going to take all of those out. Let's move those back onto their die sheet, like so. So I'm going to bring in my card. Now, I've taken a 6x6 inch cardstock. Well, I say 6 inch, it's actually 5 3/4 inch because it fits into a 6x6 envelope if you were making a 6x6. And what I've just done is I've gone in 1.5 inches, and I'll show you my base one. I've gone in 1.5 inches both sides, and then just detached it by taking the craft knife, running along the top and then down the sides there to create this middle panel. Can you see there?
Yeah.
Just a different fold, a different easy way of popping things together. But because that's my background piece, it doesn't matter because...
no one's going to see.
Yeah, no one's going to see it. You know, but nobody else is going to know. And why waste more cardstock? Make the most out of your cardstock by doing little tips like that. And the lovely lady who said about using the nesting dies, cracking idea. Absolutely cracking idea.
I've heard quite a lot of people say they do that, almost like, you know, as a without second thought.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Now I'm using the plaid side again on this one because again, it's just so lovely. I think it just perfectly matches there. So again, I'm then going to take the middle strip. So I've got that lovely brown again, and then I'm going to go in with this lovely leaf pattern. If you are going for that paper library, that is a beautiful paper pad, and there is elements in there where you can take and use to create a card like this if you wish to do so. But I do love that Autumn Blessings feel to this. It's just again, very masculine featured card there. So let's pop that on. And then I'm going to place into the centre of there my lovely wood slice. So I'm going to use my tape pen just onto the back part, and then place that on. And we'll go in this, yeah, we'll go in the centre. And then I'm going to add now a few little of the leaves, but I'm also going to bring in my wheelbarrow, and I'm going to pop that. I'm going to give it a little shape just by using my bone folder. It gives it a little bit of dimension. I know you do this, Corrine, as well, because it just gives you a little bit of a more rounded shape to it. And I am going to use my 3D Clal glue again and just pop it on to, oops, be careful what you're doing, Debbie. Yep, don't want it overhanging. And let's pop that into the centre of my wood slice. I've got myself a sentiment as well, so there's some lovely sentiments on there. Sending warm, heartfelt wishes, and this one's from Our Home to Yours. Again, a really useful set of heartfelt sentiments that I think you'll use not just in this Autumn Blessings collections, but across the whole of your crafty stash. So I'm going to pop that underneath. Let's just make sure I've got that centralised, like so. And then we'll add on now our lovely leaves. And this is just, again, to bring this in. I think I might put those, yeah, I think I'll have those underneath. So I'll just take, oops, pop that there. Let me use my dotty tape pen. But yeah, I'll use my dotty tape pen for this. Pop that across. I have one coming up.
Absolutely gorgeous. The colours just look lovely. And the fact that because you cut these out of that matte layer from behind,
yes,
it just means that everything just blends together so beautifully, doesn't it?
It does. Now, if you want to pop that, like I said, you could place that back inside, you know, you could use those and place them back inside if you want to do. I'm not on this occasion just because I'm quite happy with my leaves, but I'm just going to pop a couple underneath. And again, the colours from the green and the browns just bring, and again, emphasises the little green that's in my stamp set as well. So I'm just going to pop.
You could have them coming out behind the log slice or however you wanted, couldn't you?
Absolutely. And this is, like I said, this is just an added little bit of decoration. Shall I pop that one on? Shall I? Oh, yeah. I do that, Corrine. Do you have a little play around with things?
Always, before you commit to the stick, always. Yes.
Commit to the stick. I like that. Commit to the stick. That's a good one. And there you go. And I'm just going to let that set and dry. Let me just wipe my glue up because I've got a bit of glue just coming out. But again, if I just lift that up, there you go.
That is lovely. That is so, it is good. You know, absolutely beautiful colours.
Thank you.
And, you know, lovely warm card. So love that. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right, so shall we have a quick look before, because time is running away. So before we go, so you've got your Autumn's Blessing 7-piece selection at this amazing discount price of, with 70% off at £17.37 or $21.79. But just look down there at that platinum price. I just think that is absolutely outstanding. $13.90 or $17.43. Now, as we were saying earlier, you might want to look at our weekend saver bag. We do have a limited number of these, so they are going fast. And this is going to give you your rocker blocks. And you're going to pay for your 2 packs of rocker blocks, $19.98 or $27.98. And that's all you're going to pay for. What we're then going to give you is, in here, and you'll all get the same ones, are your 94 stamps. I counted them up. 94 stamps. You've got your lily, which is going to be brilliant for your colouring and all your different mediums. You've got your peony blooms. which is your flower and your sentiment. You've got your busy camping accessories, which are all about the sentiments, really. Then your celebration sentiments, where everything's in 2 fonts, both really, really legible. Fancy apron. It's an apron accessories. Wow, I think I'm running out of words left for today. You've got your garden party happy sentiments, which they really are. You've got birthday celebrate, summer invited party, and all your numbers and ordinals. And then your village textures. I think this one is going to go brilliantly with your autumn blessings. It really, really will. So yeah, going to be able to do some fantastic things. Now you're going to get all of those, as we said, for $19.98 or $27.98. So it's effectively giving you 70% discount if you were buying these stamps, because if you were buying these stamps with the blocks, you'd be paying $65.91 or $80.71 or so, yeah, I think that's right. So it's 70% saving on those. Now, we've just got time to have a quick look at one of the things that have been really, really busy today. And I think what we've been able to show you is how everything works together. So we've been able to show you how, you know, you can use this part of with this bit and everything like that. And we showed you how all of these animals with attitude are going to look lovely with your tag punch as well. So you have loved these animals with attitude. They are still so popular as when they launched. And you've got your huge birthday wishes, which is all about the elephants. Lovely images and fantastic sentiments. Some of your sentiments match the animals, like I love you a ton, and then other one, you know, huge birthday wishes, make a splash, you know, live your best life. Doesn't have to be elephant orientated at all. Then you've got your sloth in your sloth mode on, which is absolutely gorgeous. Again, the 3 different sloths, what's he drinking, what's he listening to, all those things. And I love how he goes to the party with balloons. Oops, that's falling off there. And then we've got our camel wishes and camel kisses and wishes, which is perfect there. They've all got attitude. They're all that little bit sassy, aren't they? Great minds drink alike, which is our gorgeous pandas, which I think are so much fun. Then we've got our reach for the sky. Is this what I'm seeing over on your desk, Debbie? Reach for the sky?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Oh, there we go. So if you like that, just stay tuned and Debbie's going to show you a brilliant way to use these. Then we've got Simply Wild About You with the zebras. We have got I'll Stand By You for the flamingos. And finally, You Are a Llama Fun. Which is llama? Look at that. Llamas on roller skates. Okay, only in crafting. So just before we go there, everyone is loving your card, Debbie. Deborah says nice card. Mary Pat 1000, beautiful card. Mary Reno, such a beautiful card. Pam E, Janine, Miriam, all absolutely loving that card. And Miriam said it could work for anyone. Fred171 says, love those animal stamps. So versatile. Yes, and if you love them, we're going to give you them at the same price as when we launched them, with a 25% discount. So you're going to get them today for that fantastic price of £29.94 or £41.70. Platinum price is going to drop down to £23.95 or £33.36. So if you're thinking the full price for these should have been £39.92, and you're going to get them for £23.95. I'll let you work out that, because that's far, far more than a 25% save. I think it works out about 34% or something like that, which is absolutely fantastic. And if you loved those giraffes, we're going to have a look at that. But I'm sure what Debbie's doing now, you could you could mix it up with any of the animals.
Honestly, any of them. Any of the card styles that we do today, you can create with any of the animals. My particular favourite, after a dog, my favourite animal is a giraffe. I do. I love them. I think they're so graceful, so tall.
Elegant.
I'm fascinated by them. I absolutely love them. And these are really cute. I love these. These really do have a bit of attitude, because look at him with his sun specs on. Love that one. I absolutely love that one. I love the play on the words as well. I think that's a really cute, clever concept. And then you've got your, we could call it a female one. It could be a man and a woman together. It could be a boy and a boy together. It could be a girl and a girl together. It's entirely up to you. But I love these stamps. They're nice, big stamps as well. All you need to decide on, depending on what you're colouring in, I'm going to be using some of our tri-blends, but dependent on that is dependent on the ink pad that you're going to stamp out into. Anything water-based, you use our waterproof dye, which is non-smear with watercolour. And then anything with alcohol to it, so the alcohol pens like our tri-blends, our brushes, our classiques, our illustrators, this is the one that you're going to use. And it's kind of nice and easy to see because you've got the image on the front. So I've actually stamped mine out into the alcohol proof because I'm going to be using tri-blends to go do a little spot of colouring. Now I'm not going to stand and stamp again because I think you've seen me do that already. It's a case of popping it on what stamping platform. These will fit on your rocker blocks, on those larger ones as well. You could use your rocker blocks, your stamping platforms, stamp your images out, stamp loads. That's what I normally do when I get older of a new stamp set. I stamp loads and then sit and colour for a bit because it's one of my favourite things. I'm just going to pop a spot of blotting cardstock. Thank you, Debbie. Cardstock.
No, I'm Corrine.
Oh my, what did I call you?
Debbie.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is up with me? Corrine, I know who you are. I've known you for a fair few years now. I know who you are. Why did I say Debbie? I don't even know why I've got Debbie in my head. Cupboard. Oh, I do come out with some belters sometimes, let me tell you.
You've got 25 minutes left and then you can go for your tip.
Oh, and I've got one more. I want one more. I've got another demo to do.
Oh, then quick then. Colour quick.
Oh, yeah, of course I can. Get away with you, Johnny. Johnny, you don't know me well. I'll get another one in there. Oh, of course, I've got another show to say. Oh, because normally I say if I run out of my demos, I haven't done all my demos, I'll do one later for you.
No.
Completely forgot. I tell you what, then. I could speed it up because I could show you my finished one. No, I'll do a little bit of colouring first. Nice little bit of colouring. These really are good stamps. Have we got any colouring mediums on the show today?
Yes, we've got some tri-blends on the show today.
Perfect.
So they are the deep blend one, the lovely deep colours. So you're going to get all, let's just coming up, so 24 pieces of these. So they're tri-blends, so you're getting the 3 colours. 24 pens gives me 72 colours, I think, if I'm remember right. So 72 colours, and look at that, £72. Absolutely perfect. So we're saving 10% on those. So basically, it's £1 a colour or £3 a pen, whichever way you want to look at it. How
amazing.
Perfect. But then again, I know most of you are platinum members, so it's going to drop right down, right down, $57.59 or $86.36. And I think those deep blends are going to work really, really well with these animals with attitude. They're going to be, the right sort of colours to use with that.
And what's lovely about these stamps is they're not overly big. So do you know if you're a bit unsure with your colouring, they're not overly big. Now I've laid down my lightest colour first because you've got your light tone, you've got your medium tone and your dark tone of one colour family in that same pen, this is the earth brown, and I've got 3 different shades of it. So then you can have a little play. So I always go in with the light and then go into the dark where I think the shadowing would be. So I'm assuming it would be at the side of his neck. That's what I'm going to go with. And then I've got him with the medium tone, and then I'm going to go back in. Yes, producer Johnny? He's got his tongue sticking out. He is an animal with attitude. That's what he's doing. I can see him. Can you, Corrine? That's the noise that it makes. Sorry, Charlotte. Sorry, I forgot I've got my microphone really close. That would have sounded really loud in your ear. I apologise. But that's what he's doing. He's got his sunglasses on.
What colour are you colouring his tongue?
Pink. But it's not pink, is it, in real life?
It's purple.
Yes, I know. I was going to give it a purple tone, but I'm going to go in with a pink one. Okay. Because these are your stamps. You colour them in how you want.
You colour whatever colour you want.
Exactly. Yeah, I love giraffes. I've been telling kids, they ask me what I want for my birthday, and I tell them all the time, can I go and feed giraffes? Have I yet fed a giraffe? I'm going to have to do it myself.
Where would you go to feed the giraffe?
Yorkshire Wildlife Park.
Yorkshire Wildlife Park?
Yeah, they've got them there, yeah. Every time, and I always make a beeline. There were one year that we were going round and it started raining, so they wanted to go back to the car and I won't let them. I won't let me sit giraffe enclosure yet, I'm going. So I said, you can go where you want, but they knew full well they couldn't get anywhere because I was driving. So they had to go with me.
Susie on our social says, oh, Debbie, what are you like? Kathy says, I love this giraffe stamp, so cute. And Miriam says, the giraffe is my favourite from this collection.
It is.
There we go.
It's just absolutely gorgeous. I love these. I think they've been illustrated perfectly to create that attitude Look at him. He's got attitude.
He has, hasn't he?
He's definitely got some attitude going off
You
there.
could go in once you finish with your glossy highlights, couldn't you?
Yes.
And, on the glasses to give it real sort of shine and shimmer.
Yep, absolutely. But like I said, these are really quite generic because when you look at them, you don't automatically think of one particular style of person that you can send these to. This is a generic one. Of course, they're going to be perfect for the males in your life. And perhaps you know someone with a bit of attitude that you could send this to, that'd find the funny side of it, because it really is just a fabulous set.
Apparently, Susie says she used to take her daughter to the Tampa Zoo in Florida all the time, just so they could feed the giraffes.
Oh.
There you go. You're going to need to go to Florida to go
Well,
to
I'm thinking
Zoo.
Tampa's right up my street, so I might just tell Sarah, let me go over there, like, on a fact-finding
It'll be work, of course.
Absolutely. Now, oh, Johnny, look at the time. It's just flown by. I'm not kidding. So what you would do is continue to colour. Now, the colours that I've chosen are earth brown blend, gold yellow blend and pale pink blend, and coloured it in. I took me little snippy scissors and fussy cutted them out, so I'm going to show you. Come in close.
There we go.
Look.
That is amazing.
I could spend all day. I really enjoy colouring, and I could spend all day, but look how cool they look. And
I can just imagine you colouring with Safi. No, Safi, we've got to blend this a little bit more. Nana,
she
loves
loves
colouring.
She's left-handed, my granddaughter. She's left-handed, so everything, and God love her, she puts everything down but kitchen sink on her plate. When she's colouring, she's not going into lines just yet. Everything's all like your squiggles and your stuff. But she covers the entire page. So we were laughing the other day because...
She obviously learnt from her nana.
Well, that's the thing. You see, I said she's obviously got a creative flair from her nana, because they showed, like a picture of all the kids in the nursery.
Yeah.
And they'd all done like their own little pictures, and there were some with just a dot on or a line on, some with some had drawn little stick men, some really clever kids there, and draw the names, things like that. Sapphires, I knew straight away, because I saw this square of colour everywhere, and I thought, that's sapphires. And as I zoomed in closer, sure enough, underneath, sapphire. By Sapphire. She's just such a comic. She really just cracked me up. She's a little one with attitude. Now, I'm going to show you my card blank, because I'm going to create a diorama card. Now, I've taken, again, multi-purpose cardstock. I've measured it. It's actually... and I say slightly less than the size of an A4 piece. I've gone to 10.5 inches by 6 inches. The size of the tabs can depend on you. I've gone in at an inch and I think it's an inch and an inch and a half, and then at 2 inches, and done exactly the same on the other side, and including on my second piece. So you end up with 2 pieces of cardstock that have the same folds in. And I like this particular style of the this diorama style card.
Hey, Debbie, you'll be really pleased to know.
Yes.
Tampa is very close to HSN.
Oh, well, there you go. See, I might just have to have a little word with Sarah. Yeah, I might just have to have a little word.
But so you'll go to HSN, but you need a day off.
That's the thing. Talking of HSN, it's
This
full
week.
on.
It is.
It's fast-paced, and we've got our Sarah at the helm, so it's going to be amazing tonight. And I'm pretty sure, well, I have seen some of her demos lined up already. Now, you can see what I've done with the same piece of cardstock. I've used some of our nesting dies. If you don't have a set of nesting dies, invest in a flat blade
Craft knife.
craft knife, thank you, and our craft knife ruler, because you could create that yourself just by simply drawing round. But I've used a set of nesting dies with this one, and the same with my cardstock. I've chosen some masculine kind of colours, not too floral, but kind of greens and gold colours. And to give the little bit of oomph behind the back, I've gone with a nice turquoisey colour. These are actually from our summertime paper pads. And the gold is from our textured cardstock. So again, it's all about bringing these in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop that onto the back piece. It's going to be the back panel. And again, it just lifts, and you'll see what I mean in a second when I pop this down. And it just lifts. It gives it all a nice lift. So I'm going to place that onto the back. And then I'm going to bring in my other piece, stick all these pieces down, including my side panels that I've done. So I've created myself some side panels. And again, I've chosen some colours that kind of all work together, and they're all quite nice. And
it's a lovely bright palette, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, because who says that masculine coloured cards
They don't have to be dull and
greys
beige,
and navies
do they?
and blues? No, No, not at all, but just choose your colour palette. And again, I'm just going to stick that on. As always, whenever I'm doing an aperture, I actually place my cardstock onto the top when I'm cutting that out. And then I'm just going to put my panels on as well. I've removed my gems.
Absolutely perfect. I just love the colours. You know, like you say, masculine cards don't have to be black and grey if you don't want to. Yes, they can be, and they look absolutely fantastic. Maybe you want to go blacks and greys with a pop of colour, purple or red or blue in there, you know, or whatever. But they can be bright colours too. They can look amazing.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to have these, and the reason why I chose the gold, because I used gold yellow blend with my tri-blend, it ties it, it brings it all in together. And that's what I tend to do. And I said this earlier, I choose papers, then colour themes that match, because it makes it a bit easier.
There needs to be, I would say, a synergy between all the items on your project. A reason for them to be there, a link, doesn't there?
A link, exactly. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to attach these. I'm going to actually put his body on the underside, so it's going to go on the inside, and then it sticks out the top. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to turn it around for a second. I'm going to have him poking out there so I can see where I want to place this. And it's all about placement sometimes. So I know that if I pop down, and I could do this with tape or tape pen. Again, it's entirely up to you. I'm just going to use our tape pen for that one, just to stick that down. And the same for this little one at the side. And I'm going to give him a little bit of a tilt. So it looks like, you know, a nice little
I think if they were straight, they'd look like they were standing to attention, wouldn't they?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So, again, I'm just going to pop a bit of tape underneath. You could hold that down with some red liner tape if you wanted to, on the inside of your panel. But you can see it creates, and it just creates a little bit of a dimension, but again, makes it all pop and
I was thinking you'd have to sort of glue them at the top, but you don't. They're secure enough, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, you can if you want to.
But no, those look totally secure to me.
Yeah, they're fine. They're absolutely fine. And it just gives it, it creates it like the popping out of the window enclosure. That's what it looks like they're doing.
Oh,
so what I'm going to do
Robbie says, sorry, I used my neon glitter pens on the sunglass tops, made it so pretty.
Oh,
that sounds good, doesn't it?
That sounds fabulous.
Really makes them pop, I'd imagine, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Neon glitter pens.
Exactly. So what I'm going to do now is just attach the other tab. So you can see now those two tabs match perfectly. So all I'm going to do is stick that down, attach that, and now you can see you've got that aperture feel, that lovely window feel with your lovely giraffes. It folds flat as well, so you can put those folds back in if you want to make it a little bit more neater as well. But again, all I need to do now is add finishing touches, which again, do you know what I forgot to put on? I forgot to put my frame on. Oh, I wanted to put my
You can do
it because I didn't stick the outer part down,
did you? You didn't stick the outer part down, did you?
Exactly, I didn't stick
Slide
that
in first and then round the bottom and it will work. Yeah, that's going to really make it pop, isn't it?
Yes, it will. It just, again, it's all about tying it all in, bringing it all in together, framing things and making them, I mean, for me, I love this collection full stop anyway. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to lift him up a little bit, pop that around, lift his little ear up. I got away with it, Corrine.
You did, you did.
Just pop that on. I'll lay it flat a minute just for a second, just to position. Perfect. And again, I've just created this using two of the nesting dies to create that frame. Pretty much similar to what I did earlier on. And then I'm going to add on one of those, be brave, stick your neck out. I love that sentiment. That is such a cool sentiment.
Do you know, there's not a lot on this card, but it looks absolutely perfect. You don't have to put too much on at all, do you?
No.
Because you've got the detail of the paper and the detail of the stamps. Looks amazing.
I'll just pop that across, and then I'm just going to finish that off by adding underneath some of these, and these come from the Bell Countryside, the leaf dies. I've just been playing with Bell Countryside last couple of days, so I thought, oh, I'll use those. That's. But we did you did the launch up here, didn't you?
I was just about to say, they look very similar to some of the leaves in the flower collection that we launched this week.
Yeah, so you could be using those as well. But this one was from the Bell Countryside one, so I'm just going to stick those underneath. And again, it's just adding a little bit of dimension to your card. But yeah, those are so incredibly useful, those dies. I said it all along when I were doing my shows down at Hobby Makers, you did them up here. They're a set of dies that you're going to use so many times. The flowers and obviously not with the masculine theme one, unless, of course, your male loves flowers.
Yeah,
then, of course,
exactly.
you could choose colours. But there you go. And I'm not a gem or flower in sight. There you go. A lovely...
Right.
Oh yeah,
Right,
look at time.
So what cards have you made in this show then, please,
Well, I've
Debbie?
only made 3. I'd intended on doing me 4 or 5.
That's fine. Come on then. We've got Susie ready and raring to go.
Hang on a minute then. Hang on a minute. Let me come back.
So the first one you did was...
I found my foam pads now. Do you know I've been looking me for foam pads?
They stuck to your box.
Stuck to my box. I'm thinking, who's pinched me foam pads? Right, we'll start with the number 1, the box.
Number 1, the box.
The lovely gift box for me dad.
And the stamped, the punched tag.
Yes.
So that's number 1.
So number 1.
Number 2, please.
Number 2 was the Autumn Blessings.
The Autumn Blessings. Absolutely gorgeous.
I
don't know which way this is going to go.
I don't know because
and number 3
have dropped off
is our Animals with Attitude. I think I know if I was picking, but I'm not going to ask. Gloria says that's such a cute card, but what type of envelope would you use? You'd make your own, wouldn't you? Make your own.
Yes. So again, because it's a bit, and I'm just lying it flat to show you what I mean by that. So if you like flats, it's got a little bit of dimension to it. And again, depending on foam pads and things like that. So I knew it would fall off again. I need to get some more glue on that. But when you fold it in, it measures in at 7.5 by 6. So when you're making your box, I always give half an inch either side, and then I take my measurements from there, and then I work on, and again, it depends on the depth of the box.
Yeah.
I always say when you're working it out, grab a scrap of paper.
So that would go 8 by 6.5 would be perfect, because you get 1/4 inch all the way round.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And you'd only need about 1/2 inch of depth on that, so it wouldn't need to be too big at all.
Exactly.
There we go.
I suppose it depends on the size and what you're adding.
Yeah.
If you're adding layers and you're adding...
Making your own box means you can make it fit any card
Exactly,
at all.
yes.
Okay, there's one thing we've not shown you yet, so it's going to have to be really, really quick to show you these. So these are your Gemini swing cards. I know Debbie showed you her sample that she was hoping to make earlier. So these are your swing cards. So you can see, this isn't showing you very well because it's attached to a board, but you can then do you've got your hexagon, and you've got all of these elements. You've got the worker die, you've got your mats and layers, you've got the bit in the middle. So you've got your hexagon and you've got your circle as well, and they swing just like that. Sorry, this is attached to a board, so it's not very easy. Now, these should be £25.98 or $29.90, but you're going to save 20% today and get them for £20.78 or $23.92, unless you're an Inspire member, and you're going to get them at that much lower price down there. Now, I can see Debbie's got a few examples to show you how you might choose to use these.
Yep, and you could actually, this would be a perfect one for masculine mates
would,
as
wouldn't
well.
it?
You've got a circle and an hexagon, and I love these because you could be popping on. And again, if you chose colours that were, you know, for your theme, that would look absolutely fabulous. And I love the swing kinetic movement. Of course, though, you could just use them as a decorated nested die with that lovely piece down. It's entirely up to you how you do them. That was
that
what
was the one
we
you
were
were
going
to do, wasn't it?
That's what we were going to do, but never mind, it doesn't matter. We've got plenty to be going at today. I want you to get hold of, the fabulous deals that we've got on the show, and take a little bit of inspiration from those as well. They're a fabulous set of dies. I love those. They're a cracking set that I know you'll love. The worker element, you don't have to work anything out at all. So yeah, absolutely fabulous. Love them.
Okay, so demo of the show is going to, and this was my favourite, demo number 3. Absolutely amazing.
My lovely little giraffes.
I'm not surprised. So, demo of the day, you keep that there for a minute.
Okay, yeah.
So, number 1 is now this sloth.
Ooh, it's the animals with attitude.
So, number 1, or we can flip to number 2. Number 1, number 2. Yeah, I'm making Charlotte work. Sorry, Charlotte. So, quick vote, and we can see. So, while you all vote, I'm going to quickly show you where we started. One of the most popular items we have had on the show today have been our tags, punch, a tag, punch and sentiment stamps. So you're going to get these. So you're getting your tag punch, which is going to give you 3 different size tags, your 7 stamps and your roll of twine as well. And you're going to get all of those today for the amazing price of £32.70 or $46.80. You're going to save 20%. But like I say, always say, have a look at that platinum price. That's the real price, because most of you are platinum members, $26.16 or $37.44. Or if this is your first time of ordering, then yeah, that you're going to get that price as well. Maybe you're going to buy this collection with the autumn blessings just to get you over that. Don't forget that £40, €40, $40 price mark, so that you can put in your code of June 5 off, and that's going to get you an extra $5, euros or pounds off your order. Now, do we have, oh, not yet, it's not come through. It's not coming through. So at 6 o'clock on Crafters Companion USA, we have got our HSN preview show. It's going to be really, really fast-paced show. This is going to be, it's going to be a couple of hours of absolute pure demonstration. Some really lovely collections that you will have seen before, maybe ones that you've not seen, but there's lots of items up to 50% reductions on them. So if you want some fab collections that maybe you've missed out on, tune in at 6 p.m. on our Crafters Companion USA web page, and you will see that. You'll see, obviously, as I said, Sarah and Ben. I'm going home now, because I've been here a few days, and Jo will be back here tomorrow, but you're staying up here, aren't you, Debbie?
I am indeed, yes. We've got tomorrow, Colour Me Happy.
Colour Me Happy.
Oh, I can't remember what's on. Oh, Aqua Tints.
Oh,
inks,
wow.
Liquid inks, honestly, loads of different techniques.
Oh, you're going to be messy.
Some paper on there.
I've seen you after an ink show.
Well, they don't let me often loose on an ink show because I love to get messy with inks. So if you want to get messy with inks, come and join me tomorrow. Because that's at 11 a.m, is that right?
Yeah.
And then we've got an interlace masterclass. I say interlace, it's got other things on there as well. So it's not just interlace, but it's a masterclass based around lots of different dyes on there. And then I've got Second Chance Sunday, which I can't wait for because there's some amazing things on there that I'm really excited about. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, the flowers and all. We've had so much on this week.
We've had some fabulous launches this week.
Ornate pop-outs, lots of that. Right, so the demo of the day is number 2.
Oh,
miniature giraffes. We knew the animals were going to win. Today it's been the giraffes. So everybody's loving it, saying fabulous show, ladies. Enjoy your evening. I'm off to drive home. Debbie's off to get something that she can actually taste because she's got a cold. So we have had so much fun. Like I say, I will be back on Wednesday with the other Debbie. And this Debbie will be back tomorrow with Jo. Oh, I forgot. We've got Dawn Bibby. Now, it's Sharon from Dawn Bibby is back with us on Wednesday and Thursday. If I got it the right way around, or Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday. I have to remember these things. So, absolute brand new Dawn Bibby kits. So, I know it's a couple of days away, but I hope you can join myself and, like I say, Debbie Fisher, who I've not seen because it's all her holidays. So, and I'm not going to stand anywhere near her because she's going to just be far, far too suntanned for me. So, I'm going to be back then. But if you want to join, so we've got Colour Me Happy, Masterclass and Second Chance Sunday tomorrow. So it's going to be another packed show. But if you are available to watch it, don't forget to tune in, that's what the word I was trying to do, tonight at 6 p.m. on Crafters Companion USA for Sarah and Ben doing all things HSN preview with up to 50% reductions there. So thank you. Your comments have been amazing. I've loved it. I love being on this side. I love demonstrating, but I love being over here. And thank you for your support. We really, really do appreciate it. If you haven't got your goodies now, don't forget to go and get them. Don't forget this fabulous weekend saver. There is a limited number of these. We can't have infinite number of those. So if you're and ahhing, they might be gone by tomorrow. But don't forget, most importantly, if you spend £40, €40, $40 and put in code June5 off, and if you signed up for emails, you'll have an email with it on because I've had it this morning, just in case you forget. June 5 off will get you 5 of your currency, pounds, euros or dollars, off any orders over 40 of your currency. So please don't forget to use that. Thank you for joining us. We've had a fab time. We didn't get through as many demos as we could, but that's what happens when you get two crafters. Everyone said they love it. Because we're bouncing ideas off each other all of the time. So I'm sorry if we didn't get as many demos, but I hope you picked up some really useful hints and tips by having us both on together. But for now, that's me gone for today. I'll see you back on Wednesday. Debbie will see you back tomorrow. So thanks for that, and ta-ra for now, and we'll see you soon.